It is Thursday afternoon, and as one of my favorite floor staff just said, we are living in the dumbest timeline right now. I'm leaving the Capitol for a few moments while we wait for the Republicans to figure out what their next move is, but essentially the House is at a standstill over the Epstein Files. We have spent the last 2 days waiting for the Republicans to fight it out over how they're going to handle these crypto bills. They've been going back and forth. The floor was left open for the longest vote ever in history yesterday as they were infighting with each other and trying to cut deals. And they finally passed their crypto bills. And then today, in the dark of night, 3:30 in the morning this morning, the Senate Republicans passed a rescissions bill, which is this terrible bill that will rescind $9 billion in foreign aid and assistance for countries that are our allies. It cuts public funding for public broadcasting for NPR and PBS. And it's just a terrible, heartless, disgusting bill. And of course, once again, the Republicans passed it in the dark of night, even though they complained and said they didn't support it and it was going to be bad for our country and our national security. 51 of them still voted for it. And they passed it, and they now have to return it over here to the House, and they have to pass it by tomorrow due to the rescissions deadline. But here's the thing. They finished the crypto bills. They've been working on defense appropriations this week, and they have to pass this rescissions package that the White House sent over here that basically makes these cuts based on what Doge and OMB have been doing. And they're afraid to take the bill through the rules process right now because the Rules Committee members on the Republican side are upset that they might have to take votes on amendments calling for the release of the Epstein Files. And they don't want to have to do that because as far as they see it, they don't want to have to be accountable to the public about this issue. And of course, they don't want to double cross Trump while Trump is desperately trying to change the conversation. So all 435 members of Congress are sitting around wondering what's going to happen next because of this. And of course, they're wasting more taxpayer dollars and more federal time trying to figure it out. Now, they'll probably vote at some point tonight, but I think it's important for the public to know what is actually holding it all up right now. But in addition to that, I do want to take a moment to talk about this rescissions package and why the vote on this particular package is important in this moment. It's not just how harmful this bill is for national security, for international allyships, for public broadcasting. It's also because of its implications for the budget process, the Constitution, and Congress's authority to hold the purse, which is one of our most fundamental constitutional duties, which is to pass an annual budget every year and to provide the guidance to the executive branch on how to execute that. And the founding fathers designed the system that way because it was in the blood of our idea of democracy that the power of the purse should sit with the people in the people's house. And so that is why the budget always begins in the House. It's why the appropriations process really sits with Congress. Now, the director of OMB is this gentleman who is very much the architect behind Project 2025. He has these legal theories about the appropriations process and very much sees the appropriations process as an opportunity to carry out the ideas that are embodied in Project 2025. And today, after Republicans in the Senate voiced their concerns about this rescissions package, he publicly gave a speech in which he said he's going to do it again. And in fact, he's just getting started. And what he is hoping for is that Congress stops passing bipartisan appropriations bills and just passes CRs so that he can, behind closed doors, gut these programs and make funding decisions without Congress. And is basically saying he wants to take that authority away from the people's house. This is the guy that Trump chose to run the budget office. And frankly, a lot of what he's been doing, these funding freezes, rescinding money, all this stuff is very questionable legally anyways, and it's all hung up in the courts. But now he's actually saying it out loud. He wants to essentially take away Congress's appropriations authority. And that's your power. That's the power of the people, because we are answerable to you. That's our job, is to represent the people in this place. And so it's important that you understand the broader implications of these rescissions packages, what's in it, and how these guys are wasting endless hours literally fighting over the Epstein Files. It's crazy. So I'm gonna go get something to eat. Probably be back here in the next few hours. I'll see you guys later.